Hello everyone, myself Dr. Sneha Bhatia, MPT Orthopedics and Sports Rehabilitation, in-charge principal at LIT Srimati S.G. Patel Institute of Physiotherapy. My today's lecture will be on force-velocity relationship. So factor that affects the development of tension within a muscle is the speed of shortening of the myofilaments. The speed of shortening is the rate at which the myofilaments of the muscles are able to slide past one another and form and reform the cross bridges. As we all know, according to normal muscle physiology, there is cross bridge formation during muscular contraction. So speed of shortening of the muscle is related to muscle fiber type as well as the muscle fiber length. So these are the two factors on which the speed of shortening depends. The one is the muscle fiber type and the second one is the muscle fiber length. So as you can see in this picture is about cross bridge formation. So myosin head is binding with the ATP binding site, actin binding site. So the speed of the muscular contraction depends on the cross bridge formation. So force-velocity relationship describe the relationship between the velocity of the muscle contraction and the force produced, therefore providing an explanation for what happens during concentric and the eccentric muscle contraction. Force-velocity relationship states that the velocity of the muscle contraction is a function of the load being lifted, but from a clinical perspective, it may also be stated with the variable reversed. The force generated is a function of the velocity of the muscle contraction. So according to the statement, what is the meaning of force-velocity relationship? So the velocity, the speed of the muscular contraction is a function of the load being lifted by the muscle, or it can be also considered as vice versa. That is, the force generated is the function of the velocity of the muscular contraction. So this is the force velocity curve. The skeletal muscle force velocity curve. At maximum velocity of shortening, no force is produced. In other words, maximum velocity of shortening can be attained only with no load on the muscle. As shortening velocity decreases, the force that the muscle can develop increases. At zero velocity, the muscle contracts isometrically. Force increases dramatically and then plateaus when the muscle is lengthened actively. So again you can see in this image, so at zero velocity muscle is going for isometric contraction, and eccentric contraction there is lengthening of the muscle, velocity is more, force generation is also high. During shortening of the muscle, you can see shortening means the concentric muscle contraction. Concentric muscle contraction, muscles are going for shortening and the velocity can be less. So the maximum shortening speed occurs when there is no resistance to the shortening. However, in this situation, no tension is developed in the muscle because there is no resistance. Conversely, tension may be developed when the resistance to movement of the bony liver prevents visible shortening of the muscle, such as occurs in an isometric contraction. So in a concentric muscle contraction, that is during the shortening of the muscle, as the shortening speed decreases, the tension in the muscle increases. In an isometric muscle contraction, that means there is no change in the length of the muscle, the speed of shortening is zero and tension is greater than in a concentric contraction. In an eccentric contraction, that means the lengthening of the muscle, as the speed of the lengthening increases, the tension in the muscle increases. So you can see the difference. During eccentric muscle contraction, the speed of the lengthening increases, also the tension in the muscle increases. But you see, if in the concentric muscle contraction, the shortening speed decreases and the tension in the muscle increases. So that is the different thing. During dynamic contraction, the length-tension relationship must be combined with the force-velocity relationship because both sarcomere length and velocity of contraction affect the development of muscle tension. The fact is, most human movements do not occur at a constant velocity of contraction. Force will vary with changing velocity and changing length, so that makes the force-velocity relationship a complex phenomenon. Plantar flexor muscles, this is the example. Plantar flexor muscles are most likely contracting eccentrically while planting the foot. So when a person tries to plant his foot, that time plantar flexor muscles are going for eccentric muscle contraction. Therefore, the force velocity curve would predict that the muscles were producing high forces, which potentially leads to injury of muscle or the tendon. So we can see in this example that the person tries to plant the foot on the ground. That time the muscles, plantar flexor muscles, are going for eccentric contraction, lengthening contraction, and that is why the muscles are producing higher forces and possible injury also can take place. So the reference for today's video, I have taken the content from the book Joint Structure and Function, Cynthia and Orkin. So as we are fighting against the coronavirus, the doctors and all the frontline workers are doing the job, the real job. This is the job for real heroes. So thank you for watching this video. If you have enjoyed watching this video, then please subscribe my channel and share this channel with your friends. Please press the bell icon to get notified for the next video. Thank you.